name is Sada Soli. I'm representing Jibia Kaita Federal Constituency. I'm from Katsina State, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm coming on Order 6, 1, 2, 3, and Order 2, Order 6, 2, and Order 6, 4, that is privilege. Mr. Speaker, my attention was drawn on certain reportage which is very disturbing and preposterous. Mr. Speaker, if I can recall, this House was in an executive session last week, precisely 27th March, on the instance of the leadership of this House to discuss issues on security, which the matter was reported by the Honorable Speaker. But disturbing, Mr. Speaker, on the 29th of March, Honorable Ndudi Elumelu, while he was attending the NEC meeting of the PDP, issued a statement which is false, which is against Section 17 of the National Legislative Powers and Privileges Act, which negates the principles of Order 6, Rule 1, 2, and 3, that during that executive session, some members of the APC approached him indicating an interest to join the PDP. That was false. It did not happen. Mr. Speaker, I'm complaining against this publication. If you check Vanguard of 30th March, the report is there, and they quoted him saying that many APC representatives have indicated interest to join the PDP as a result of security issues that were discussed that morning. We did not discuss that. That was not what was reported by Mr. Speaker. What was reported by Mr. Speaker was clearly documented in our votes and proceedings of 28th. Mr. Speaker, that was a breach of my privilege, and that was a breach of my right as a member of the PDP and as a member of this House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Somebody will second. This is just an observation. If there is I think we must, Honorable Sada, you must be aware that, both sides will always play politics. Whether it is true or not is a different thing. If there is any member of APC here that intends to go to PDP, can you please rise? Matter, your privilege is noted. Thank you.
My name is
Linda, please take your seat. You are agitating. The cameras are on you. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Toby Okechukwu. I represent an area of Wodi River Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 6.
Yes, just refer us to the page.
Page 17 is Order 6. Page 18 is procedures on matter of privilege. And I read, a matter of privilege at any time arising shall, until disposed of, or until debate on a motion thereon is adjourned, suspended.
What are you reading? Order 6, Rule what? 3. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's relevant here.
No, just a moment. Let me drop my point.
Order 6, Rule 3.
Yes,
Okay.
that's procedure on matter of privilege.
Okay.
Okay. A matter of privilege at any time arising shall, until disposed of, or until debate on a motion thereon is adjourned, suspend the consideration and decision of every other question, provided that precedence or other businesses shall not be given to any motion if, in the opinion of the Speaker, a prima facie case of breach of privilege has not been made out, or the matter has not been raised at the earliest time. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, first and foremost, this is a matter of privilege that is before the House. Just a moment, sir. It has to be ruled and properly too. First and foremost, I take cognizance of the fact that Mr. Speaker has noted it. But he has the opportunity. No, the Ndudi is not here. But more importantly, there was no breach of privilege. He didn't say that SADA came to him. He said some members. No. He said some members, and he didn't say it's a resolution of this parliament or a resolution at the executive session. He said some people came to him, and it is clear that member has been crisscrossing in this parliament. Members have moved to APC, to the joy of members of APC. If some members have and interested in moving to PDP, I do not see how that is a violation of anybody's privilege or that of the parliament.
Let's wait for them.
So if at any point in time, matter of privilege should be made matter of privilege. And like the Speaker rightly ruled, he said that people have freedom of association, freedom of expression, and I do not think liberty to offer opinion and express oneself breaches anybody's privilege. I saw Mr. Speaker.
He pointed to how his privilege, in his own estimation, was breached. Being a member of APC, he was called, he told me this earlier, that he was called by several of his constituents that were you one of the people that went to Honorable Elumelu, and he denied it, but he's here to clear his name. Whether it's speculation or not, you must agree that words, especially in this political season that we are, have meaning and carry a lot of weight. There are subliminal messages that can be sent, and that is why sometimes you have to be even though you have the freedom of expression, you have to be reasonable enough as a leader to measure your words and what you say publicly. You see, it's no longer a private discussion between Honorable Elumelu, the minority leader. It's not just a member; he's the minority leader. And a private discussion, which was intended, assuming that it is true, intended to be private, was now made public by him. And that had its own reverberations all over the place. It was published in the newspaper, so it was a major source of concern for him as a member of APC. I can sit here and tell you, or I could have sat here and told you, or the leader could have sat here and told you that many members or gone to the press and said many members of PDP have approached him to join APC, but he never did, and which there have been many actually. But they don't just whisper into our ears, they actually do it. They actually do it. So that's the difference. So the point is that instead of the difference between the people that went to Elumelu and the people that have gone to the House leader is that the people that went to the House leader actually carried out their threat. They actually did it on the floor. But the majority leader did not come on the floor or go to public and say some members of PDP I agree with you that there's by who? I'm not calling a press conference. I'm talking to my colleagues. I wasn't talking to my party, but I'm talking to my colleagues. There's a difference. But I understand, though. I mean, politics must be played. I understand where you guys are coming from. But the problem is this, and you've got to be very careful, and he has to be very careful. If you go to a forum like the PDP NEC meeting, that's a major party forum, and you make a bold statement like that, a major statement like that, you better be able to back it up. Because at the end of the day, if nobody from the party, then it makes him out to be, I don't want to use the word, you fill in the blanks. Do you understand? So I have ruled on the privilege. Your privilege is sustained.
Yes, sir. It's a complete misrepresentation of what happened at the executive session. What he reported to the NEC meeting was that there was a very robust discussion about security, which is a fact, but that in the course of expression of members, there was this desire, and many have gone to the fact. There was never a time such expression was done. What we discuss here, which is within our own law, was deliberate, was done with all sense of patriotism in terms of what is happening in our nation. And for him even to go out to report, Mr. Speaker, it's confidential matter. You know the meaning of executive session. He couldn't have gone there to report that one. And Mr. Speaker, I want to say that there is a kind of false platform that I'm seeing, because after that meeting, sir, PDP caucus of those two chambers went and had another discussion, and kind of build up on the security situation. And I think, Mr. Speaker, we need to be serious. I say we need to be serious. I see somebody as Aberebe, who is the leader in the Senate, championing that, yes, there are many flaws. He bailed Kanu Nnamdi. During the NSAS, we knew what happened. He was the one, Kanu was the one who was asking for the head of Tinubu, destroy this, destroy that in this nation. But we have allowed him. You know what happened? You knew what happened to Ndume. Ndume for bailing Mana was taken to prison for not producing. But we allowed this man to go as a opposition person, and that's why they could send everything back to the face. And the presiding officer, I wish to be neutral as much as possible. But what is happening, sir, I think there is need for us as a system to change our tactics. It's not about opposition. If you are going to do opposition that is right. Give out factual things and also be part of the solution problem. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I think our privilege has been breached. There was completely wrong information, and it's deliberate. And that's why I'm citing the issue of what I've seen the minority leader in the Senate have done, with all of them sitting behind him. Ordinarily, for failing to produce Kanu Nnamdi, he should be in prison, just like Ndume was taken to prison. Thank you very much, sir.
Underprivileged. The man that he's mentioning is my senator. There's a judicial decision on this. Are we trying to arrogate ourselves judicial powers as to when you can't produce someone who is on bail? It was canvassed up to appeal. Is it an offense to bail somebody? If you bail somebody, you produce him subject to there's no interference. The last contact the man in question had was with the military. The senator took on bail. The man was coming to court regularly. The senator didn't default. He was called to show cause, and he showed cause successfully. Why is it a point of reference in the parliament? That's a breach of my privilege. That's my senator. We shouldn't canvass there. It's here. Except we are now trying to see that an appellate court or interfering with the judiciary. The matter went on a full whole course with the judiciary. We are aware of that. We should take judicial notice of that. He was asked to show cause, and he did show cause. I was producing this man when there was no interference. We should ask the military, why did they keep him? So for we to come here now to make allusion to that, it's not proper. We should do things that will get us peaceful. Yeah. Our problem now is security. You are trying to see how to make security.
I get your point. I think the Senator Ndume as well, and use that as also as an example. I think the point that we need to, honorable colleagues, the point that we need to make and understand, we're all working together to build this nation, and that's why we have this up there. Nation building is a joint task between all of us, amongst all of us, whatever party, whatever tribe, whatever religion. We only have one country. So we should not, in doing that, we should be mindful whilst we play our role as the ruling party, or we play our role as the opposition, we should be focused on the non-disintegration or bringing down the country, and be mindful in our speeches and in our utterances. There's freedom of speech, but freedom of speech also has to be, your freedom to speak has to be measured. I think that's the point that was being made, and the point, the bigger point was that we had an executive session, and that it's traditional in Parliament to have executive sessions. When you have executive sessions, you clear the chambers, you clear the gallery, everybody leaves, microphones, everything is up, because you want to talk to each other as a body. And whatever transpires in the executive session, sometimes we see it on the pages of the papers, and we always wonder, how did this get leaked? How did that get leaked? And I think the point that he was saying was that we shouldn't get carried away because we're in a party caucus and reveal whatever was discussed even without revealing the names of who said what and who didn't say what. It is still a revelation of what transpired, whether behind closed doors or whatever, but it was still in executive session. Otherwise, members will not be able to open up and discuss when they come to executive session. So let's put this matter to rest. Let's, on either side, both sides, ruling party, opposition, let us all work together to move this country forward, and let not partisan politics come between us or have a role in the direction we're going as a country. We have a security summit coming up in a few days. The members comprise of both PDP, Labour, APC. And that's the spirit I think we should carry on. So I think let's just put this baby to rest now. Thank you.
Instagram.